Betty, child, will you wake?
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must be. But they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witch.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her.
Now look, you child, your punishment will come in its time. But if you trafficked with spirits in the forest, I must know it now, for my enemies will ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest.
It were sport, Uncle.
You call this sport? I saw Tituba waving her arms and screeching over the fire when I came. Why was she doing this? I cannot blink what I saw, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress, and I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it. Abigail, I have fought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me, and now, when some good respect is rising for me, you compromise my character. I have given you a home, child, put clothes on your back. Now you give me upright answer. Your name in the town, is it entirely white, is it not?
Why, I'm sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause than you have told me for your being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I've heard it said that she comes so rarely to church this year, for she will not sit so close to something soiled. Why is this?
She hates me, Uncle. She must, for I would not be her slave. It's a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
She may be, and yet it troubles me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all this time no other family is called for your service.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it said my name is soiled. Goody Proctor is a gossipy liar.
No, I cannot have anyone. Oh, why, Goody Putnam, come in.
It's a marvel. It's surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No.
How high did she fly? How high?
She never flew!
Why, it is sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Miss Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird, he says.
Now look, you Goody Putnam, she never... Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It is a providence. The thing is out now. It is a providence.
What is out, sir? Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. It's death driving into them, forked and hoofed.
Oh, pray not. How does Ruth ail?
She ails as she must. She never walked this morning, but her eyes open and she walks, and hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you sent for Reverend Hale in Beverly?
A precaution only. He has experience in demonic arts.
He has indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Goody Ann, the only thought that we're a witch, and I am certain there be no witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look here, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know that you, least of all, would wish that charge upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft. They will throw me out of Salem for such an accusation.
Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I will continue. But I cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot.
And tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born. And yet each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. I've spoke nothing, but my heart has clamored invitations. And now this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth where pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to Tituba.
To Tituba? Why Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it is a sin to conjure the dead.
I take it on my soul, but who else may surely tell us what person murdered my babies?
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
No, sir, Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, now I am undone.
Your pardon, I only thought to see how Betty.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. I think she's improved a little.
Oh, there's a sign of life.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would like to pray alone. If she starts for the window, call for me immediately.
I will. How is Ruth sick?
It's weirdish. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Listen now, if they be questioning us, you can tell them we danced. I told them as much already.
Aye. And what more?
He knows Tituba conjured Ruth's sisters to come out of the grave.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus!
What do we do? The whole country is talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby. Witchery hanging. We must tell the truth, Abby. I never done none of it, Abby. I only looked.
Oh, you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren? What a grand peeping courage you have.
Betty dear. Betty dear, wake up now. It's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty.
I want my mama. I'll flag my mama.
You drink blood, Abby. You drink a charm to kill John Proctor's wife.
Shut it! Now look at you, all of you. We danced. Tituba conjured with Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. Mark this. Let either of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word, about the other things, and I'll come to you in the blackest and terrible night, and I'll bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pillow next to mine, and I've seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish you never saw the sun go down.
What's got her? Abby, she's going to die.
I said shut it, Mary Warren! Come on, Betty. Just lie down, okay?
Oh, Doctor, I'm just going home now.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
Now get you home. My wife's waiting with your work.
I'd almost forgotten how strong you are, John.
What's this mischief here?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's rumble and witchcraft.
Oh, posh. We were dancing in the woods last night, and my uncle lived in on us. She took fright is all.
Ah, you're wicked yet, aren't you?
Give me a word, John, a soft word.
No, Abby, that's done with.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly? I know you better.
I come to see what witchcraft your uncle's brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby. I'll not become afraid no more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. Or did I dream that? If she put me out, you cannot pretend it were you. I saw your face when she put me out, and you loved me then, just as you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window, and I've seen you looking out, burning in your loneliness. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
I may have looked up.
And you must. You are no wintry man. I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and walk about the house as though I'd find you coming through some door.
Child.
How dare you call me a child?
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I'll cut my off my hand before I'll reach for you ever again. Wipe it out of mind. You never touched Abby.
Oh, I marvel at how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife be.
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She's blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her, let you turn you like a...
Do you look for whipping?
I look for the John Proctor that took me from my sleep and put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by all these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes? I will not. I cannot. You love me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. John, pity me, pity me. Betty.
What's she doing? Girl, stop that. What ails you? Stop that wailing.
What happened?
She heard you
I didn't
singing,
know
and
about this.
suddenly she was just up and screaming. The Psalms, she can't bear to hear the Lord's name.
Rebecca, go to her. We are lost.
There is hard sickness here. Giles Corey, so please keep it quiet.
I've not said a word. No one here can testify I've said a word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies.
In the thought, we know the leaves beside and sit.
What do you make of it?
Goody knows. We go to my room and see if she can wake her. I think she'll wake in time. Pray calm yourselves. I have 11 children, and I am 26 times a grandma. I have seen them all through their silly seasons, and when it comes on them, they will run the devil, bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not hungered yet. I hope you have not decided to go in search of loose spirits, Mr. Paris. I have promised of that outside.
An opinion's running in the parish that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them that they were wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Did you consult the wardens before you called this minister to look for devils?
He's not coming to look for devils.
There be children dying in the village, mister.
I see none dying. This society will not be a bag to swing around your head. Did you call a meeting before you?
I am sick of meetings. Cannot the man turn his head without he having a meeting?
He may turn his head, but not to hell.
Pray, John, be calm. He defers to her, Mr. Paris. I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us all to argument against the society, and we thought to keep our peace this year. I think we ought to rely on the doctor now, and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If he so is, then let us go to God and for the cause. There's a prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves and...
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of the 9 sons. The Putnam seed have people this province. And yet I have but 1 child left of 8, and now she shrivels. When Reverend Hale comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command, Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
I never heard you worried so much on this society, Mr. Proctor. I do not think I saw you at the Sabbath meeting since snow fell.
I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach about hellfire and bloody damnation. I take it to heart, Mr. Paris. There are many others who stay away from bloody damnation or bloody church these days because you hardly ever mention God again.
You look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I am not used to this poverty. I left business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom why I am persecuted here. I cannot offer one proposition without an argument. I have often wondered if the devil be in it somewhere.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister ever did demand the deed for this house.
Don't a mister deserve a house to live in?
To live in, yes, but to ask ownership is like you shall own the meeting house itself. The last meeting I were at, you spoke so long on deeds and mortgages, I thought it were like auction.
There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell.
Can you speak 1 minute without we land hell in it? I am sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
You may tell that to your followers.
My followers?
I am not blind. There is a faction in a party.
Against you?
Against him in all authority.
Well, then I must find it and join it. Is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clapping for defamation?
John Proctor, I've only last month collected £4 damages for your publicly saying I burned the roof of your house, and I
never said no such thing, but I've paid you for it, so I hope I can tell you deaf without charge. Now come along, Alice, and help me drag my lover home.
Why, we are surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That tract is in my bounds. It's in my bounds, Mr. Proctor.
In your bounds? I thought that tract from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He has no right to sell it. I stand clear in my grandfather's will that all the land between the river and...
Your grandfather had a habit of willing land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plainly.
You load 1 oak of mine and you'll fight to drag it home.
Aye, and we'll win too, Putnam. This fool and I. Come on.
I'll have my men out on you, Corey. I'll clap a wit on you.